Okay, today we're going to learn how to evaluate some exponents given what the variables actually equal. So we've done a lot of like solving or combining these exponents. And so now let's assume that you have like y equals -2 and you actually know what y is. Y in this case is -2. So we'll see how this actually works. The first thing that you'd want to do is instead of writing y down, we're going to write that number down. So we'll put in the -2, and it's being raised to the -2nd power. So if we know what this is, this means to divide. So I'm going to say this is 1 over -2 squared. Notice how when I plugged in the -2, I put parentheses around it. So every time you plug in a number, you need to put parentheses around it so that you include everything when you finally evaluate it. And we should all know what -2 squared is. -2 squared is 4 because -2 times -2 is 4. So this would be the final answer to that question. Let's make the question a little bit harder. So let's add in some more variables. So maybe this time I have x to the third, y to the -1st, and x to the 7th. What I would do to start out is before I do anything, I would evaluate this as much as I can. So I know that x to the third minus x to the 7th will give me x to the -4th, and this would be y to the -1st. Then we know what those things are, so we'll plug those in. So I'll have 3 to the -4th and -2 to the -1st. Then this we could rewrite as 1 over 3 to the 4th and -2 to the 1st, which we could say is 1 over 81 times -2, which would be 1 over -162. So again, on this example, when we kind of zoom out and look at the whole thing, the first thing you want to do is simplify as much as you can and then plug everything in and solve. Let's do another one. So I'm going to actually clear all this stuff, but then we'll do one more example. Okay, so let's say we have this example here. The first thing that I would want to do when I'm doing this example is I would want to simplify this as much as I can. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the outside number, this 4, and distribute it to all the exponents. Now when you distribute it to the 2, 2 is really to the 1st power because it doesn't have an exponent, so it's going to be 2 to the 4th when we finally do it. From here, what we would get is, for this you get 2 to the 4th, so 2 to the 4th would give you 16. This would be x to the 12th. This would be y to the 8th over y to the 12th and x to the 0, because 0 times 4 is 0. Okay, now we'll simplify this a little bit further. And again, remember that x is 3 and y is -2, because it'll be helpful later. We could reduce the y's and subtract the x's, so we'll get 16, x 12, and then y -4. Now we'll plug in our values, so we'll plug in 3 for x and -2 for y. So we're going to have 16, -3 to the 12th, and then y to the -4, or whoops, messed up there. That'd be 3 to the 12th and -2 to the -4th. And then we will start combining stuff as much as we can. So this will be 16 times 3 to the 12th over -2 to the 4th. Now I can do -2 to the 4th. That's going to be 16. And 3 to the 12th is going to be a big number. So I'm going to leave the rest of this for my calculator to do. So I'm going to go 3 to the 12th, which is that big number, times that by 16, then divide that by 16, and we can see that we just get this big number, which is 531,441. So 531,441, and that is my final answer. Again, when you're solving these examples, the first thing that you want to do every single time is you want to evaluate as much as you can. After you've evaluated as much as you can, because this before is what we would have gotten as our answer, we then will plug in what we know the numbers to be, and then we will evaluate it.